Hey, welcome back, Sami B, the Good
Thank
Sam, Bad Sam,
you.
and welcome, Quinn Collins.
Thank you for having me. Should I move this out of the way? Does it matter?
I don't. How's it look? It's good. Okay. It's fine. It's a beautiful Stanley. We're
We're-
sponsored by Stanley.
Period.
Can you describe the origin story of how you acquired that Stanley?
I was talking to this guy I didn't really like that much, and it was like one of those things when you don't really like a guy that much, and then they like you.
And then you end up fucking them.
No, I never did. But there was
Really?
one day I was just like having like a really bad day, and I was like talking about Stanley Cups. I said, I think I'm just gonna like treat myself to a Stanley Cup later. And he like showed up to my work with this, and I was like, who told you I like that color?
Do you? What would you have preferred?
I don't know. I can't make here. I will give him this. I can't make decisions like that when there's like so many colors. I'm like, but I do like purple. But like blue goes. I can't. So it's like when someone just decides it for me because there's not really a color I hate.
Could you imagine like if you were talking about men right now?
Oh, with a that too.
Yeah.
That too.
I just have someone decide it for me.
Yeah, someone has to. Oh, I should. Honestly, my parents should. Not really. I don't. Dating. I don't really date, but it's like no, a lot easier if someone's like, here's someone for you.
When you say you don't really date, what do you then do?
I hang out with my friends, and then there's like people I've talked to in the past that sometimes they'll like resurface, but I don't go out of my way to have a boyfriend.
That is insane because I feel like my question just sounded really like codependent.
What do you do without a man?
That's what it sounded like. It's not what I meant. Because what I meant is like, I thought maybe you had another word for dating, which was just like seeing people. Because I'm like curious what that word would be, but that's not what you were saying. So I made myself sound like I was like, well, yeah. What do you do without boy?
No,
much.
No, I don't really date.
I can't.
I'll go on dates sometimes, but then like people in Austin either they're immediately super clingy, which I can't do, or they're like so avoidant, which I am.
Do you want an avoidant?
I tend to like it a little. It makes me more interested, but then it also makes me feel sick. But then I'm like, oh, this is what I do to people.
Yeah.
It's a mirror.
Yeah, where I'm like, I don't. But when guys are when guys get really clingy really fast, I'm like, oh god.
What does a clingy guy feel like?
Like when you've only hung out like one time, and they're like, when can I see you like again? Or they're like, you can't text me too much. Like I'm busy. Like and when like dudes are like, if you don't text them like at this point in my life, because I'm like 27, if at this point. If you're needing me to text you nonstop every day, like we're in middle school, I cannot get along with that. I hate that.
Something's going on with him and his mother, if that's the...
Yes, I don't like that. I don't like friends that are like that. Like I can't, like in high school, I loved it, but not as an adult. So I guess
You're independent.
And I'm avoidant. I am for sure avoidant.
It just gets to a point where it's like, well, we've said everything through text, so when I see you in person, it's like we're just staring at each other.
Yeah, or it's like,
What do you want to
Am
talk
I
about?
touching your foot?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I don't know if
Okay.
y'all, like, if there's like something like, if it's just how I'm picking them, but like, especially because I don't like to talk to comics, because that's one of those lessons you get to learn the hard way, and I absolutely have, more so before I moved, but non-comic guys, they want to like riff with you nonstop. And I'm like, am I your little show pony? Because like, you make one joke and then they'll always like call back to it. And I'm like,
Oh, when they think you're making an inside joke.
yeah. And I'm
It's
like,
no, I literally just said steamed broccoli one time.
yeah. And they're like, that's kind of like our thing. And I'm like,
It's not.
I hate that.
Um,
So anyway, I'm just like a ray of sunshine to date, if you can't tell.
I wanted to know what like your preferred, like if you could pick out like a perfect date with a guy, like what do you expect of them to do?
Like plan it. That's like the worst. Like a guy like asks you on a date, and they're like, "So what do you want to get into?" I prefer a date that has nothing to do with going to one of our houses. And then like, honestly, as I'm getting older, when it has nothing to do with drinking, like when it's not a bar, because on Hinge I put that I'm sober.
But you're
No,
not.
I'm not. No, I just put that I don't drink, smoke, nothing, because like then guys like they
and
see
look
that.
up your Instagram and click on your story, and they're like, "This lioness bitch is relapsing."
My profile picture is literally a Miller High Life, and like, but on Hinge they see that, so then when they message me, they're on like, oh, you want to go to Latchkey? And I'm like, we are almost 30 years old. I don't want to go to Latchkey.
Yes, you're lying to set an expectation. You're like creating.
I feel like
what
because I
you
do that, they
want.
don't immediately say, yeah, you want to go grab drink sometime?
But you're kind of like filtering out for yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like the first, like I was reading, I made a Hinge just because I needed another like app to scroll on. It's not like for anything else besides that.
That's what I tell my boyfriend.
And oh, so silly. Okay. So I'm gonna read my my prompts. My most irrational fear, getting my period. Try to guess this about me. How old was I when I got my first period? And the one thing you should know about me is I get my period once a month.
I said at least they know she doesn't have a wiener.
It can get confusing out here. Out here, it be confusing. Be so confusing. There be dicks left, right. You don't know where they're coming from. Could be it's from a person.
With tits.
Yeah.
Not always though.
Either they just they have to go through like a checklist with me. They're like, tits, all right. The voice. You know. I got called. I went to a gay club the other day, and I was in the bathroom. There was a guy also in the bathroom, and he was like, because I was in the girls' bathroom, and he was like, oh, like kind of like being sorry, and I was like, girl, I don't care, like I'm just washing my hands, and then we were like going back and forth, like talking, and he hands me 2 condoms, and he goes, we just so you know, we like protect the dolls here, and I was like, thank you, you know, like you can't just be like, no, I'm not. I was like, you know what? Because my thing, I told Megan about it, and I was like, because it's one of those things where she's like, but usually when someone's called a doll, it's because like they've been done up, like they like.
Not the. Do you understand what a doll means? Because I didn't know either.
It's a trans woman.
Yeah.
Did you know that, or are you just?
I was
nodding?
using context.
Okay.
If you're handing a woman condoms.
Yeah.
Oh, you've never. What? What do you
I've
mean?
never used a condom.
No. You've never been handed a condom as a woman?
No.
Not by like your teachers in school?
Girl, I went to school in Appalachia. If you were like, I think I'm going to be sexually active, they just beat you 17 times with a ruler.
Oh my God. That's
sex
crazy.
education.
That
Yeah.
hurts my heart
So
for
that
you.
explains a lot of your kinks now.
I know. Just 12 inches preferred, but not required.
That was your education system.
You grew up in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
What is it there? Because the Midwest, I didn't know if it's like Bible Belty or not. I really don't.
Oh no, it's so Jewish and like liberal and like celebratory.
Did you
of
go to a Jewish
everything.
school? My roommate did.
I went to like Hebrew school sometimes that you like had to do before your bat mitzvah, but I didn't go to a Jewish school. My school was just really, there were a lot of Jews, but the kind of Jews, I think the equivalent, this is crazy, I think the equivalent of like what you see in My Super Sweet 16 on MTV is like that.
Okay.
It's that kind of energy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 1,000%.
And then it's like parents supporting this raunchy activity because it's okay. It's literally like Amy Poehler's like you can do it in the house.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Well, Christians are weird about premarital sex. Like,
Right.
our sex education in public school was like abstinence, like being, and they always separate the boys and the girls. And it would be like the girls, they would like be like, I have a joke about it, but it would be like, inherently when I would think about it, they'd be like, this is like what, I remember they showed us like a picture of like a labia, like post-sex. I mean, hey, you're about to get.
Like an infected labia.
No, just like, essentially
Normal
like.
labia.
But like, why are they? That sounds like in what context they
As an
showed you a
adult, it's just like a normal looking woman's labia, but it was just like acting like she was like, it was like busted out like a torn up tin. Because she had
a
sex
blued
one
out
time.
labia?
Yeah.
So they were scaring you with like accurate anatomy.
Yeah, and it just like, and it was, but it was like pretty brutal. But then it was like, yeah, it looked like you just popped a bubblegum bubble kind of cooter.
So a normal vagina. Yeah.
Yeah, but then they're like, and then,
Well, like for some people, for sure.
and then I found out, they showed us all these pictures of STIs and STDs, and they're like, all of these can happen like if you're both virgins.
I love the plain line.
I know. They're like, yeah, herpes, you could both be virgins. And it's like, then they would use like asterisks of technicalities of like, say like
Anal's okay.
or like one of their parents is like HSV1, like cold sores. And like, well, you don't know. Like, then they could just give you genital herpes the first time you've ever. And I was like, Who cares? He's 6'4" and has a Chevy. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna marry him.
Did you always feel different than everybody? Because you're obviously not living by that same mentality now.
A little bit. I would say late teens, like early 20s, me, very different person, but I never super like related to like being from like the South like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think I'd probably, if I did, I would be a cosmetologist with being well taken care of by a construction manager.
With like 3.5 kids.
Oh, 3.5 for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, like why?
Oh, because one would be like mixed, because I'd cheat.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Oh, like why would that be my life?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the half.
No.
I don't know, it's just kind of like what people did, but I never like felt like I needed to do exactly what everyone else was doing. Because I hated, I don't really have a monogrammable name. And like
That's
the Southern girl monogram. Like
no, that would be confusing with a Q.
The Q throws it off, the Simply Southern. So I just never.
It's really funny.
It was never my aesthetic. It was, and then I wanted it to be. I was like, I was in a sorority. I had a super vanilla boyfriend that I was like, this is it.
And you felt like you would be settling then.
Yeah. I had like it was just a different world for me. But then I always felt like, are y'all not bored? Mm-hmm. Because everyone, like, I remember they like want to like, they want to be a part of a boat club and like, I don't know. It's just very like
an unawareness that any other kind
a
of life
cult.
exists.
But they seem so happy. So then I was like, oh, this is great.
Is a crazy,
Seem.
powerful word. Yeah.
And so, but then it's like, but to them, and I don't ever like want to be condescending and be like, oh, they're just simple. Because they're not, because they are happy. But it's like, these are their goals. This is what they want. Because it's, you know, and it's just not for me. They're all cheating on each other. They're all swingers, allegedly.
Allegedly.
You're describing a lot of, there's some similarity. I think in a Venn diagram of our life experiences, there's an overlap, I hear.
I could see. I could see it.
I think that's just small towns. Because I had that too, watching everyone like immediately get out of high school and get engaged and pop out a kid. I'm like,
Did you grow up religious at all?
my dad's side is. My mom didn't want to choose a religion for me, so I just didn't. I would only go to church for holidays if I was with my dad. But then I would watch my cousin who was like deep into it. Like she went to prom one year and my grandma made her and her prom date come inside and swear on the Bible that they wouldn't drink or have premarital.
Did they?
Probably. But it was just my grandma's
But she
first time meeting this
swore on
dude
the
being like,
Bible.
swear on the Bible right now.
That's a lot.
I do love the trope of like the girls that I know that were the full bottle blonde, Lily Pulitzer, Southern Comfort. Because now that like I'm in my later 20s, them doing that immediately, they're like on their like first kid, like either they ever had kids, they're about to get like, they're getting divorced right now. There's one girl specifically that was just like blonde, church every Sunday, always had like her cars like monogrammed, only wears like pastel colors. And then like I don't get on Facebook a whole lot, and I was like scrolling through and I was like, who is this girl? Because I was like, she's always been beautiful, but it was just like she's completely done a 180 with how she looks. She kind of like she's tatted up now, and I was like, what? I noticed she like puts her little kid in, like her child is wearing checkered print Vans in a photo, and I was like, and then like she doesn't, the only reason I was like, wait, what? Is because her last name was like what I grew up with her last name being, and I was like,
I was just about to ask that. When you see people on Facebook, you're like, why is your life on my feed right now?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, because like we were literal best friends in 4th grade and we haven't talked and you're married.
yeah, but
And,
she
like-
seems so much happier, and I was like, oh my god. That's why I think, because sometimes I'm like, I'm 27 and I'm not married, and like everyone around me is, but I've seen a bunch of memes where like you've actually like statistically just avoided your like first marriage, because by like 31 most of your friends are also not going to be
That
married.
is so fucking true.
All those
Yeah.
people just like speed ran life, and now they're back at the same point that
Versus just like cooling it,
I'm chill.
chilling it. I can't afford a divorce attorney.
No.
I don't even I can't do an email. I get an email to a divorce attorney because I don't know. Nope.
Bringing in the law with a breakup is crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Having to use big words and no.
Getting the
ChatGPT,
state to
ChatGPT.
approve.
Oh my God. Could you imagine? I think that if I needed a lawyer after getting divorced from somebody, I would just hire ChatGPT as my lawyer, which means
Yeah.
I would pay
I'd rather
literal
fake
nothing.
my death.
Why?
I feel like it would be easier than.
Then have you used ChatGPT?
No, I don't need to. I can just pretend to kill myself.
Yeah.
Ask it anything. I asked it the other day. I love it. Like if everyone, no
This is
one.
your new boyfriend?
Yes, that's why I literally have ChatGPT. Like I did not understand taxes, and I just immediately was like, "Can you
Incredibly
explain?"
un-Jewish of you.
I know. That's why I said
Did
people
you
are
see
like,
my face? What?
I don't. It doesn't.
That's like your ABCs, right? Tax
my
code?
1099s. I didn't really get it because like I don't. And I could explain it and I won't, but I don't get it, okay? And I typed in like explain taxes to me, I'm just a girl. And then it was like, I got you, girlfriend. And like that's how it was talking to me. And I'm like, I literally love you. That's like what I don't care what taxes are about. Like I just want to be spoken to like I'm cared about.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT cares so much about me. I asked it the other day to tell me like what my strengths are. Like because it knows me.
I
and
love that's how it talks to me too.
Yes. It's like a more specific, it's the best relationship I've ever
I always
had.
read it in Dylan Carlino's voice. Like always. Just the way it talks back to me. I'm like, Dylan.
If I was
Get
a
out of
girl and I
there.
didn't know how to do taxes.
Yeah.
That's really silly. No, but it's really great. There was, okay. There, on my Instagram feed, there are a lot of people I went to high school with, like on the dance team. They're like on their third child. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I realized, oh, wait, but they were 2 years older than me. So it's okay. And then I'm like, but wait, stop. Is this even your value of thought? Like, you don't need to compare yourself. You're not on their timeline. You can just be like, oh, look, she's on her third
3
kid.
kids?
Yeah. They also, honestly,
Ugly.
Little aliens.
they're a Disney.
I don't know how I feel about Disney adults. Do y'all have siblings?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're an only child?
Mm.
That always feels like such a cunty thing to say. It's like, you an only child?
Yeah.
I
How does
had,
that make you feel?
2 stepsisters for a little bit.
For a
but-
little bit.
It always feels rude to ask somebody if they're an only child.
Yeah, like it's a disability.
I don't know why it always feels rude
It
to
is,
ask.
but it is like something's wrong.
No,
like
it's
no,
not.
it's like my thing is well,
yes.
people
My
talk about only
parents
child
knew
syndrome.
to stop.
How do you think that's
They
like
knew to stop hitting each other and to stop having makeup sex.
Do you think you came from makeup sex?
Yeah, dude. I was born and bred on Valentine's Day.
I was an anniversary baby.
Yeah. I was an obligation sex baby.
How does it make you feel?
I guess I would have had to be
I
too.
feel obligated to keep on living.
Oh, I guess I never even thought about that because I was an anniversary baby. I was conceived in a cabin, in a hot tub.
Ew.
I don't know why I know this.
Yeah. Yeah, right? I know.
Well,
I know.
actually,
also
that
know how
says
it's
a lot about your
conceived.
sperm. Because it survived.
Yeah, I know.
Boiling temps.
Well, the only reason I know that is because did y'all watch Glee? God, fuck. I'm so stupid. No, I'm kidding. No, it's like,
I'm not judging you, but like I hate Glee.
so Quinn.
I'm surprised that I don't not like it.
I don't mean
haven't-
this to sound horrible, but I was really expecting you to be on my side about the Glee thing.
I'm not on your side. I just haven't had the experience. Like I haven't, and which is also disappointing because like I love singing and like
Yeah.
songs and like it seems right for me, and I just like haven't gotten around.
Why would you watch your life? You know?
I'm just living. My life is Glee. I think I don't even know what Glee is
Dude,
happening.
You should start out. Some of the Glee versions are better, but Quinn Fabray, one of the characters, gets pregnant and claims it's by the one of the dudes because she wanted it to be because she cheated on him. But anyway, she claims she conceived it when she was in a hot tub,
Oh,
and then I was like,
is that why your name is Quinn? Well,
No,
Glee
no.
came after.
my name's Quinn because of the show Daria, because of the redhead that was stupid, and my mom loved the name,
Oh,
which manifested. But in my head I was like, oh, you can't get pregnant in a hot tub, and my mom's like, or yeah, you can. So
and that's how you found out.
yeah, I was like 13 too. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
There was a a time where I was the one that told the whole school bus about how babies were made.
I can see that about you.
I didn't really know what I was saying when I was saying it. What about me screams, I told everyone how babies were made?
You just seem like you love a fact.
That's so
Especially
funny.
when it's like you're like I know when I know something other people don't know.
Okay.
And because I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Because I think I see that in you because I see it in me. Like if I'm sitting on a hot number on the school bus amongst my peers and I get to drop something like that you came out of your mom's cooter, I get to drop that on them, I'm going to.
Yeah. I did feel like I held the power.
Were your parents, like, did you always get told, like, anatomically, like, correct things?
I mean, using Yiddish words sometimes.
Counts.
Yeah, so it's like tushy.
My parents always told me, like, where babies come from, and then I had friends that were, like, we were, like, 13, and they're, like, they would, like, genuinely be like, well, I mean, it doesn't, like, come out of, like, the vagina. I'm like, it literally does.
Yeah. I didn't understand the fact that, like, because there was a time where I wouldn't, like, lay next to my dad in bed, and I was scared I would get pregnant. Like, I thought just laying next to a man meant that, and so my mom was like, Sam, like, your dad's really sad. Like, why don't you cuddle with him? And I'm like, I don't want to get pregnant. She was like, oh, no. And then, so that's when she told me how babies were made. And she pulled me into another room, and she told me that, like, the penis has to go into the vagina, and I didn't understand the concept of, like, a hard penis and like thrusting.
Yeah.
So like I, for a long time, thought it just like slithered up there like a snake. And I thought that's what sex was. And I'm like, what? Okay. Wait, like just waiting. Like I didn't understand the concept. I want to like end on like a funny note. I have nothing funny to say about that.
I thought for like a long time because I remember like my high school boyfriend, because I had sex after high school. But I remember my high school boyfriend, it would be like, I thought that if a guy fingered you and like he had like pre-cum anywhere near his hands, like that could get you pregnant. And there was one time I was like 2 days late on my period, and we just cried in the stairwell because I was like, I think I am. Because that's how bad sex education in the South is. And I was like, oh, you fingered me with like a milligram of pre-cum on your dick. And I was like, it worked.
We're going to...
Dude, you're fertile as hell.
Because they also tell us this story of some fucking basketball player that like, and this is not true. This is like literal like
it's basketball player
religious psychosis on his mom's part that she claims he was conceived by like, cross-contamination.
What does that mean?
It's like his father had like jizz on his hands and whatever and like finger blasted her to heaven and conceived. And, like, I believed that until I swear to God, I believed that probably until I was 18.
Yeah. You know, in Chicago, we had good education, but I had a dumb high school boyfriend who had a little semen on his fingers. And then he goes, oh, you're pregnant. We have to get Plan B. And I was like, I don't think so. And then he's like, no, we have to. And then, like, I took so much Plan B because of those things. And I think that's something that my doctor should have known before this podcast.
Oh,
how many Plan Bs have you taken in your life?
I couldn't tell. I literally couldn't tell you.
3. I've taken 3.
I've popped them like
10
Tic
years.
Tacs.
I've never taken one, but I had the rod in my arm for like most of my 20s.
Oh.
I just got it out, but
did it hurt?
No.
I had one up my vagina.
See, I can't do that one.
I don't know why I did.
Everyone like, oh, I don't know how you do the thing in your arm, but it was like so easy. They put lidocaine so you don't feel anything. I was scared about getting it out, and it was fine. But yeah, and it was supposed to be good for, like, forget how many years, but I just haven't been feeling myself, like, for, like, 3 months, and I was like, I'm not even having sex.
Is that your phone call?
It's not the phone call, but it is a affirmation, and I think it's important that I read it.
Do you need readers?
It's just telling me, come back and start over, because I haven't, like, opened them today. So it's like,
do you have an affirmation set for every hour?
It comes and goes. Like sometimes it's every hour, sometimes it's like every 20 minutes. I think it knows when I need it.
I love how it's so passive aggressive. They're like, okay, well, we're not even going to tell you anything nice if you're just going to ignore us.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Did they at least said okay?
Yeah, but I pay them. Like they should. I pay for the
Affirmations
service.
as codependency problems.
You know what? I'll read you the past few.
That's something like if I was dating a guy and he sent me something like that because I didn't reply to his last text message, it would literally make me never want to talk to him again.
This app isn't good for you. I celebrate the progress I make, no matter how small, and recognize its importance. I am confident and capable at what I do. I release any regrets and give myself the gift of self-forgiveness.
That's me on mushrooms. Just reading that on 3 grams, just... No one's mad at me. No one's mad at me.
Yeah, I like it because like sometimes I feel like your phone is such a place that like it brings a lot of anxiety a lot of the time of just like messages.
Do y'all do mushrooms?
I've done. I don't do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anal for me, but but I can't look at my phone on mushrooms at all.
You shouldn't.
It
You shouldn't have a
literally
Wi-Fi
feels
connection. Yeah. And you like see it in a different kind of light.
Yeah. When I can't look at pictures of like faces of people I know. Do you do mushrooms?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god.
I think that's the second time you've asked.
I know, but I didn't know if she
Oh.
did I ask her already earlier?
You did.
Oh god.
Did you?
Are you on mushrooms?
No.
No, we can't have another person on drugs.
If I was in front of these lights on mushrooms, I'd be profusely sweating. Did someone do it on drugs?
Someone did this podcast like a month ago on drugs, and he didn't tell us until the end when he started hiding behind the curtains.
Who was it?
Well, we'll release the episode. It's
Oh.
Joe Bagley.
That's so
god, that's
funny.
fucking hilarious.
That's really so funny.
He's like, yeah, I'm microdosing, and wouldn't tell us what. And it was like, dude, that's not a microdose. And at one point, he tried chugging this full bottle of water. Me and Sam Hunter both went to go slap him in the stomach, like jokingly. And then just that alone, he just sprayed water all over everything.
oh my gosh.
Oh,
And then that's where it
God.
ended.
I can't be that social. I have to be like that social on mushrooms.
No, I would like to be like in my own home, like with my dog. I had a thought and it left and now it came back. So I would like to share it before it goes away again.
Mhm.
Do you ever like look at yourself sometimes
Mm-mm.
like on your phone, like you see your internet existence and then you want to throw your phone and be like, is that like you perceive yourself and like you give yourself the ick for a second?
You post a lot more than I do. I post once every 3 months.
Yeah. And like I love my like I mean this just like I think I love myself. You know, I've done a lot of
You
work
have a
to get
large
here.
catalog of stuff that can give you the ick. I have like 3 really good pictures of me, and I go, yeah. I'm more scared of looking in the mirror.
This is gonna be my profile picture for 3 years.
Try 7.
But I mean like you just catch a glimpse of yourself in the way that you think somebody else would look at you and not like you. And you don't believe that about yourself, but you see it and it freaks you out. That like has happened to me
Yeah.
recently. And
But I think when I'm doing that, I'm just projecting something I just don't like about myself that day because I don't really give a fuck what other... Like, I do care about what other people think, but then I'm like, what are they doing so much more than me or better that I shouldn't like my most authentic self?
yes.
I'm annoying. Who gives a fuck?
Yes. No, I mean like I hear you.
So, like...
That makes sense.
Oh,
I
we're
like
just
that.
being girls on the internet. Sue me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Somebody today, somebody has been, and this is insane. He goes, I have not responded to anything. And he goes, I didn't see. He goes, you got the fart smell out of your hair. Just joking. Your hair looks beautiful. And then says today, been farting on your hair since childhood. I'm just joking.
Do you know them?
Nope. I don't know this man.
But he's farting on your hair.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, it's Topher.
My dad,
It's your dog.
You know, in this moment, I just realized right now what he meant. I just realized it. And now I feel stupid.
Oh, what is it?
So they've been like, I posted a picture of like me doing gymnastics today and like my ass is on my head.
Flex.
You know what
So
I mean?
he's accusing you of farting on your own head.
Correct. Yeah. So it's not he wants
That's
to fart
so
on my
funny.
head. It's that I'm farting on my own head.
Is he 11 years old? That's crazy.
I think he's like a 63-year-old man.
I will say too, and I don't know, like something about dudes like always try really hard to be weirdly quirky, like say weirdly quirky things to me,
Oh,
like
he's-
to riff, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
And they're like,
Yeah.
it's especially if like they see my set and they'll be like, I'm like, why are you talking like this to me?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know, it feels like that like, oh fuck.
Is there ever a
King of the
version
Hill.
of you that like? I can't relate. Is there a version of you that would have like taken what they've said and like been flattered and like entertained it back?
No.
Never.
I'm always surprised when a guy watches my set and then hits on me after.
I know. I'm like, all right.
I just talked about all of my ex-boyfriends and how I'm still in love with them, and I also said I'm only into gay men, and you look exactly how I described, and you're not even phased.
Mm-hmm. It's been it. I hear like I feel like people aren't listening. You know?
No.
Oh, great.
Huh.
Taylor shaved off his beard, so I'm definitely breaking up with him.
Wait, did he just text you that or did he send a
He
picture?
just texted me that.
Was this a conversation y'all had at any point, or this is just a random text you'd expect to get from him? Because you seem like you're taking it like, oh, we knew this was coming kind of energy.
Has
So,
he had a
like,
beard the entire time you've known him?
No. He's
Okay.
had a beard for a while, though.
See, I always find it interesting, like, I have a friend that she's been seeing this guy for like, I don't know, like 6 months, and he had a mustache the entire time they were dating, or thus far. And then he shaved it off, like, just felt like it and didn't tell her, and just came up, and like, she was like, called me crying.
That's me.
'Cause she was like, she goes, can I say something terrible? And I was like, to me, yes. And she goes, I think if I had met him when he didn't have a mustache, I would have never dated him. Yeah. But I was like, now you love him. You're in love with him. And like,
it's been the mustache the
It's
whole time.
such a like petty thing to break up with someone over.
Could you imagine if a guy was calling his guy friends after like we get a haircut?
oh yeah.
You know, like, but I guess it does. It's like the face you're looking at, but it's like
Men,
it's
after
their
they see me
body.
without my fake eyelashes, they're like, what the fuck?
It's like if we just showed up without saying anything bald.
Yeah.
I shaved my head and
But
went over there.
we wouldn't. They can't comment on it. Like if I went bald, it's my choice.
Yeah.
Like I'm choosing to go bald, and you can't tell me, and you don't get to decide, and I don't have to tell you when I'm going bald. But like that way, it's like you're shaving your beard, and you didn't fucking consult me first.
It's been a big back and forth. I don't really want to dwell on this conversation.
Do you like hide things in there? Is that where you keep like your vape?
So when we met, he had just a mustache, and then I saw an old picture of him where he had kind of a beard and a buzz cut, and I was like, that's hot. Do that again. I haven't seen it in person. So he spent months doing that for me, and I was like, nice.
Wow.
And then he started growing his hair out again. I'm like, I don't like it bald. And his beard has gone past the point of beard to like lumberjack beard.
Yeah.
And then he had to go home for a wedding, and he's like, I might have to shave the beard for the wedding. And I was like,
Was the lumberjack thing doing it for you though?
no, it got too long. It was
long?
past the threshold in which it was a beard I liked until it was not.
Mm-hmm.
I
was
love
like,
when a guy
"You look scraggly."
When a guy has like long hair, like a long beard, when he kind of looks like he might live on 6th Street, love it.
Well, it scares me when my addict boyfriend starts looking like that. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
no. Let's trim it up a little bit. So he ended up not having to shave his beard. He did trim it. It looks great. But he kept being like, I think I might want to shave the beard. And we had like this big back and forth. And now it's gotten to a point where I'm like, I don't care at this point.
Yeah.
I don't care either way. But if you're ugly, I'm breaking up with you.
If I don't like it, I'm out.
Call me when it grows back.
Yeah, I'll be here. But until then,
Until then.
that is interesting. Do you have a type, like a specific look?
I think gay.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, but really, I have a specific look that I don't like more than that I do. And
Glasses.
that's they're like muscle men, like like any guy I would meet at the gym. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. They look so pathetic to me. They all look like they miss their moms. Like
Yeah.
every time I look, I'm like, you're literally the reason you are sitting on this bench texting and I'm asking you how many more sets you have and you're just sitting there is because you're texting your mom.
Yeah.
That's, like,
or
what's
a girl
going
that
on.
reminds him of his mom and isn't, you know.
Yeah. But it's not just like I don't want like that kind of body against mine. Does that make
work.
sense?
No, yeah. Like it's too
Why are you
much.
looking at me like that?
Like your muscles just hitting each other.
Yeah, like I'm the strong
Like
one.
who lifts two in this relationship?
No, yeah, I can't. That's just it doesn't like. I don't want to be like rude. It's their body. I want to comment on bodies, but like I'm just not attracted to that. There's
Yeah.
nothing about that makes me wet.
Sure. Yeah. No, I could see that.
If I had to go back to the streets, I am sitting at the gym for hours at this point. Sitting
Yeah.
at the gym and I'm getting too many tattoos.
That's where you want to meet a man.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the gym because it sounds like you're breaking up with your boyfriend.
I don't know. I have to report back on the beard.
I think every time I meet a gym guy, I'm at my lowest.
Yeah.
Something about the gym guys are like,
Yeah, actually, I've done this one before. Run it back.
yeah.
It was fun. It was the most fun relationship.
I feel like they care way more about themselves.
Oh yeah, like it's like one of those, and I have like, for me too. When guys are too into fitness, like when a guy's like, when they talk too much about like cutting weight, stuff like that, I cannot entertain that.
I'm the one that has the eating disorder in this relationship.
Yeah, and I'm from the South, like I'm cornbread fed. Like I don't want to deal with you being like thinking I'm fat. I don't.
Oh yeah, when you date gym guys and then they meal prep 10 hard-boiled eggs for breakfast.
Yeah, and I'm like, that is an eating disorder. Like that is not normal.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have to smell their gym farts all day.
Yeah.
A protein fart.
I overheard the other day I went to the gym and I did not bring my headphones kind of intentionally. I just wanted to like be aware of what was
You
going
wanted to
on
listen to all
around
the
me.
grunting, you freak.
Yeah.
That's American Psycho behavior.
Yeah. No, it was like late at night and
Everyone was side-eyeing you the entire time.
I shut the fuck up. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very meditative activity. Like I was present in all regards. I was
Yeah, I
feeling
just
my-
love the Ed Sheeran playlist they play on repeat at Gold's Gym. They only play Ed Sheeran in the worst techno that you only hear at church camp.
You listen to A-Team for the third time.
Yeah. Techno remix of A-Team at Gold's Gym on repeat. It's crazy how bad the music they play is.
For sure. And I wasn't listening to the music. I was listening to this conversation. And it was a guy breaking up with a girl as work, like gym buddies. He's like, I think I'm going to start seeing someone else. And I'm like, oh my God, is a breakup happening right now? But they were just talking about what their plan was for tomorrow when they work out. It was like very interesting. I don't really have like
what do you look like?
Oh, and then there was oh my God! Yesterday it pissed me the fuck off. There were these two guys on the bikes next to me, and again, I this time I forgot my headphones, so I was like, I guess I'll be present
This
again.
is too many times in one week.
Yeah, and shush, and then stop it. I did not do this on purpose. And he was talking about how this girl that he's seeing gets too emotional when she's drunk.
Oh, like what did he look like? Like for
And
sure.
that's-
Which
he was
Gold's?
he was saying that she gets like really pissy and that she doesn't remember anything. So he's going to tell her next time that she punched him, and he's going to get his friend to punch him in the face. So he frames her. And I'm listening to this and I don't know why I didn't. Like, and then I looked over because I hear it first. I'm like, no one is good enough looking to like be saying anything like that. Like, what the fuck do they look like? And like, when I say like dwarps, like dwarp, not even like like dwarpy men. And I'm like, I don't even have the energy. Like, if they were like what society viewed as attractive, I would have said something. For some reason, I'm like, you guys are really going. This is so rude. I just felt very passionate about that. I feel bad. Is this bad? Is this mean? Am I being mean?
No.
Fuck these guys.
I can't-
They're not going to go anywhere
You're
in
gonna
society.
frame a girl for assault.
I also there's two
But
things.
I love when boys do a heist, and it's the dumbest thing you ever heard.
That's stupid.
We should beat the fuck. That's literally the first Scream movie.
Yeah. Because my biggest thing is there's two ways my brain is going with this.
Please.
Is that like he's gonna have his friend punch him in the face and be like, you did it. And he's saying his friend hits like a bitch. Like I'd be pissed if I was his friend. Either she's got the strongest right hook of any broad we've ever seen, or his friend hits like a bitch. Like both can't exist.
It's definitely his friend hits like a bitch.
Yeah, because both can't exist.
No.
But then what's the fucking payoff?
To like make her feel bad that she did that because she would believe it is what they said.
I would look at him dead in the face and say, if I did it, I meant it. I'd do it again too. Like the fuck?
Yeah.
Why'd you piss me off enough to make you?
When I'm having a good night with the girls, you piss me off enough to hit you, dude. I'll do it again.
I would gaslight him.
Should I have said something or done something? Was it like my responsibility?
No, because he would have had his friend punch him in the face and pointed at you.
Yeah. I just like definitely walked away from that.
And here's the other
situation.
thing: that bitch might probably not. If they were dwarpy like that, probably not even real. Like,
Just wanted his.
he's like, wouldn't I be so cool if I made my friend punch me in the face over a girl that's not real? Would that be cool?
That's what
In his head, he probably like practiced it too. Is like how cool he was about to sound. Hey, I'm dating this alcoholic girl that's like clearly distressed. I'm gonna make her think she punched me. What a treat.
That's
This girl clearly dealing with psychosis and it's induced by alcohol. I'm going to make her think she's abusive.
it makes you realize that people really like live in their own world, and he feels that he is right by he doesn't think that that's wrong to do that, to like create a world if that's true, you know?
Yeah, it's called schizophrenia, but
Yeah.
it's like that's crazy.
Did you know that schizophrenia like has like a schizophrenia a national
Are you giving us schizophrenia right now? Are you fucking putting in cheat codes?
Rewind it, please.
I can't.
I recently learned that there is a National Schizophrenia Awareness Day on July 25th. Have you heard about this?
Who told you?
Well, no one's really heard about it except the schizophrenics.
Is that it?
Is it like, do they get.
That was a joke.
Oh.
Because no one's heard about it.
But there probably is one.
There
You
is.
dropped the date quick.
I did because I did my research.
Oh, so it is real.
It's real. But no one's heard about it.
No.
I think the only people who have are the schizophrenics. Because
Yeah.
they're the ones hearing things.
I
And if
mean-
you're offended by what I just said, no, I didn't.
I mean, yeah.
We
I mean,
say 7 slurs per episode typically without you here, so I think you're fine.
Oh, God. Okay. So my joke didn't work.
It's fine.
Where did Pendleton liked me?
okay, Pendleton.
What a
Isn't that the
horrible
bear?
name.
Isn't that the Christmas bear?
Paddington.
Okay, pop off.
Oh my god, would you fuck Paddington?
I mean,
How old is
with the raincoat on. only.
Would?
Paddington?
I want to see what he looks like. Do you still do the format of the show the way that it was done before?
Yeah, I have the things
Oh,
here.
that's
I
fine.
sent it to you.
You did?
I did.
I'm scared.
I did.
Paddington.
I don't like this text. Just a heads up. And then he does the dash. I shaved.
Just he's giving you the courtesy.
Like is that a threat?
That's.
Oh.
Did you get her? Okay.
I'm looking at it.
Okay, Quinn, we're on to. Quinn, we asked 27 people how they felt about you in a survey.
Gorgeous.
And for fun facts, you have a Ukrainian guitar?
I do. It's like
Why?
it's a bandura. It was my grandma's. My grandma's from Ukraine. And she has this like big ass, like, it's like a mix between a guitar and a piano. And it literally weighs like probably 20 pounds.
You're Ukrainian?
Half Ukrainian, yeah.
I did not know.
Do
Do you know any?
Fuck no.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like this weird ass. It's got like, yeah, that's it.
Oh my God.
It's got like 230 strings. It's
I feel like
nuts.
you play that at a Montessori school,
Could.
and they're like, "Yeah, this is a guitar," and you're like, "No,
Wearing to be dressed with my tits wide out. You
in
know?
midsummer or something."
Oh yeah, flowers everywhere.
Do you know how to play anything on this?
No, it's so it's too antique. So like you can't like it's not you can't really tune it.
You don't play it; you just have it.
It's just decor. I mean, it came from Ukraine, so like that's cool.
Oh, it does say you have a Ukrainian guitar, not you play a Ukrainian
no,
guitar.
no, I just have it. It's
Okay.
just it was my grandma's and I wanted it. And it looks cool. Like it looks cool as decor, but it is simply decor. I can't play anything. Any music I can't do.
Can you sing?
No.
That's just a story you're telling yourself. You could do anything you put your
Well, technically,
mind to.
I can sing by a technical. I can make those sounds, but they're not good sounding.
I hear you.
You know,
Let's get fucked up and go to karaoke.
I would be down. Hey, I love karaoke.
Let's get.
What's your karaoke song?
Neon Moon.
You answered that so quickly. You had that on deck. You were like driving here. I hope they ask. I hope they ask. I
Yeah.
hope they ask. I hope they ask.
I'm hoping we do it.
I think we. This is your podcast, but perhaps. Hey. Are you okay?
No, I got a weird text.
Why did he also shave his head?
No.
Oh. I think you need like a TV up there, and then you could do karaoke.
Oh, it's true.
You could like sit here and do karaoke.
I think I'm okay.
I'm just trying to give you ideas.
I really love and appreciate any kind of feedback.
Did your vape say the F word?
Yeah, it says fucking.
Oh my god.
But the C and the U are swapped. So
Well, I'm just
That's how they get away with it.
you're dyslexic, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
to
it
you.
is like it's read
People
that
ask-
perfectly.
People all the time, they go, "What flavor is your vape?" And I go, "It's fucking fab." Oh,
Are you continuing?
I think it's interesting that she's one of the only women I've met who are a true avoidant attachment type. She's a true fuck girl. It blows my mind.
How does that make you
Would
feel?
you describe yourself as a fuck girl?
Yeah. Fuck it. I sort of.
Women in men's fields.
I just don't care. Like it's because I don't get me wrong. I do. I think I cared way too much about the wrong guys, and then I wasn't always as avoidant as I am. But like it takes a lot for me to be interested, and then I think it was just like I had like one guy was like kind of a final straw that I was just like I just don't care, and like also with comedy and like focusing on what I want to do, like I've not like necessarily hit a plateau that's made me be like, God, this life would be better with a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Like it just doesn't interest me, and like when I've only been in one relationship since I moved to Austin. It was so bad. I quit stand up, and it was just like I don't know. I don't want to put myself in that position again. And like you have to date a guy like who's so secure in himself for him to be like, you were at an open mic, you were at a show until like midnight, and like they just always think that you're cheating, or they think that you want to. That's the biggest thing is especially dating non-comics is like they're like, I bet everyone just wants to fuck you, and I'm like, hey, they don't. And even if they did, why do you think I'd want to fuck them?
Yeah.
Like why can't I be trustworthy? And but I don't know. So yeah, I would say I'm avoidant, but it's mostly just because I'm not interested.
Do you tell guys that you are avoidant and then they hear you, but they don't really understand like what that will look like for them?
Or they try to like out avoidant me. Or like, but they're trying way too hard.
How do you know? Like, what do you spot? How do you know?
Because they'll do this thing. They're like, they let me know that they like. They'll be like, yeah, I didn't even like. Sorry, I like didn't even text you all day.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay.
It's fine. 3 other dudes did.
And I was like, yeah, I actually like didn't even notice. And they're like, yeah, for sure. Right. But no, like sometimes, or they'll be like, they'll always do this thing. They're like, you've just been like hurt so bad in the past, and I just like want to be different. Like, let me take care of you. And they're like, I actually just am really busy, and I'm like setting this boundary for us both that like I can't be the girlfriend that you're envisioning because you're envisioning something that I'm just not.
Yeah.
Because I've done it too. That's how I know they're doing it. But it's like you're projecting this idea of me because you want me to be your girlfriend, but you don't know me to that degree. So anything you're seeing about me like that is something you create in your mind. And then you're wanting me to like fit into that, but you don't like authentically actually know me. You just in like it's an infatuation. And when you tell them that, they're just like, God, you're just like so removed. And it's like you're just actually not listening to me. So sometimes like when they're anxiously attached, it's like almost like a strange obsession that I don't. Like, I don't think they're like it's just insane spark. Like I'll go on dates with other girls and I just think I don't like that. I don't like mean this sound weird, but like my only real relationship was long term, and it was healthy. We just weren't right for each other towards the end. We were together for 5 years, but when we met, there wasn't like a crazy spark. It was like, oh wow, like this. I feel safe with this person. Like this person is like super. I enjoy my time with him.
Well, I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Should be. And,
like if it's like we are wanting the feeling to be something that feels like exciting, positive, correct. Yes, this is like the green flag. The intensity is strong, and I feel like for when I've experienced that, I need to check in with myself to be like, well, what is this feeling actually telling me? Not what do I want it to tell me?
Because like we were always like healthily attracted to each other, so the communication was on par. Versus when someone, and I've done it too. Like I've been not anxiously attached. I've been very anxious, like I've been not avoidant. I've been anxiously attached. Where it's like. And it's crazy when it does happen to me because I'm like, they're really not that interesting. They're like, oh, fuck, I just watched this dude do like 8 whippets in a row and like, why isn't he texting me? Like, you know, and it always amazes me, the dudes that trigger my anxious attachment where I'm like, oh, God. Oh, the guy that's like, I just watched you blow and then shotgun off the can he did blow on. I just, like, I love him. And it'll be those guys, and I'm like, what? And I have a dad, so it's like I don't.
You're literally hitting all these points.
It's crazy.
This next one literally says it makes no sense how avoidant she is since her dad actually loves her.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because
wait though, but do you have to have a dad who loves you to be avoidant? Wait, what is it saying?
It makes no sense how avoidant she is since her dad actually loves her. I guess it would make more sense to be anxious, but I think
Yeah, or it's like this.
either end of the spectrum is probably
Interesting.
Usually,
to my
when
parents.
girls are kind of like that,
Good
it's a
point.
projection of having an abandonment wound from a male figure that you don't want to let another male figure in. So, but I think it's just really that, like, I just was a really big dumbass when I first moved to Austin with who I was dating and spending my time with. This is crazy. I was in therapy, like, I was like, December? Fuck. Because I was talking about being abstinent or like, because I don't say celibate, because like that's a religious thing, like abstain from it, because it's just, because she asked me, we were talking, and she was like, when's the last time you had sex, like completely sober? And I was like, since I moved to Austin, never. Like dead sober, never. And so it was like, that was like jarring, but it was like these dudes that I was just like being into or like infatuated with. I don't know if it's more of me just focusing on healing and growing that. That's like projecting as avoidant, that I just don't want to do that anymore or be that person. That's like made me avoidant. Just because there's a lot of things that like I've tolerated with guys that I've been obsessed with that I'm like, yeah, my dad would never do that. I've like a dad that would be like so disappointed in me if like I was like into guys. So it's made me, I guess, avoidant. But I think it's been more better at boundaries.
Maybe it's like I wonder if it's being perceived as avoidant because you're avoiding the. It's just like you don't want that. Like you don't want that kind of guy. And
Yeah,
like
boundaries.
yeah,
I don't think any dude has been like a knight in shining armor that I should like put my walls down and like fall in love. Like they all suck. Like they're all fuck boys. Like I think it's more of like a boundary in that there's not been a guy that's like I've not to be like I'm not ever in the, I've not been in the wrong. Like none of these dudes have been worth being a boyfriend or anyone I would want to be my boyfriend. So I think it's just more of a boundary of like I don't want this. But then they'll be like, oh God, like you're just like they love to tell me, they love to say you'll die alone. They love to say you'll still be single at 30. They love that one.
oh wow, that would be awful if you were single at 30. Wow,
I know, and I'm like,
it's crazy.
good.
It's
I
like,
don't. They think that's such
gross.
a zinger.
Yeah, it's
I
like
dated
30.
a guy that would say that to me all the time. I think I was dating him when I was like 23, 24. And anytime we would get into a fight that would like lead into us breaking up, he's like, have fun looking absolutely horrendous when you're 35 and no one wants you.
Oh my God.
Like,
Literally
brother.
being single at 30 is the greatest gift I've ever given
I'm like,
myself.
have fun being 40 years old and still 5'7".
Uh-huh.
Little guy, yeah. I mean, all my friends are in their 30s and like
I
single
could
and dating.
not imagine dating anyone. I don't care. I don't care. I'm like very captivated by what you're saying because it's like something I'm like kind of stepping into in a way that feels right on me.
Yeah.
And it feels like I'm finally okay. Can I share a story?
Yeah.
Okay. I had this like really like sticky situation and I talked with like an ex-boyfriend about it. We haven't talked. And it's kind of like his fault that I'm in this situation. But like I realized it's like kind of not his fault. And I told him that. I saw him the other day and I was like, "Hey, I want you to know that I also take responsibility for what's happening because I chose to date you and I chose to trust you and I shouldn't have."
Serve.
And that was like, I felt so powerful. And I'm like, that's exactly how I feel. And
I'm too white trash to do anything that like maturely.
how would you, what is like your version of that?
I
I want to know your version
Fucking
of
his
it.
friend.
I said, that's crazy you weren't even the leader of your group. But he fucks better. So I say crazy things. And I'm usually, here's the thing, I'll be honest, lying. But I just say crazy things to them that I'm working on. Like I'm growing past that. But it's just like this one guy, I was like, he said something to me and I was like, have I only liked you because you were fun and exciting? Turns out you were a cokehead. And I was thinking, that's why your dick doesn't work. And like, it was like literally 4 p.m. And like, I saw him at the park.
It was 4 p.m.
And it was like, and I just say crazy mean shit to men when I could just be like, I take responsibility for the fact that I showed up because I found out you were on a date and I just appeared there and then sent you the meanest text ever sent anybody.
Oh no, I'm sorry for laughing.
So far.
So far. And yeah, sorry I showed up to where you were while you were on a date, but maybe if you weren't such a fuckboy, I wouldn't have had to do that. Do you see where you made me do that? If you could have just texted me back or like been more transparent with your plans, do you see where I wouldn't have to be crazy like that?
Can I Samify what you just quinified?
Yes.
I would say, wait, say it to me one more time. I need it fresh.
Like which part?
The part what you would say to him.
Like where it was his fault that he didn't
made
message
you
me?
that he made you.
He made me go up. He made me go there.
I would say I take responsibility for choosing to spend time with someone like you. That's how I would say that. Like really.
Which is so much better.
Yeah, like
that's like your dick is kind of small for your body frame.
But like I want to say that. I can't. Can I try to say that? Your dick is too small.
Look at me in my eyes, Samantha.
Your dick is too small to be fucking like that? What was it?
No, your dick is too small to be acting this way.
Oh.
And for your body frame.
For your body frame.
Should at least have girth.
Your dick is too small for your body frame. It doesn't feel right for me. I feel like, but like in doing that, I'm not trying to be nice. I'm trying to maintain peace for myself. Because if I say something heated like that is hot, like the color of that sentence feels red to me. If I'm going to say something red, I'm doing that. Synesthesia. I'm doing that to myself. They're not doing that to me. I'm doing it. I can not choose not to do that. And that feels better for me. I'm not saying that is...
No, I like that. I like the idea of that. I won't be practicing it, but I like it.
I'm that. I've been working on it. I've worked on it so hard. I've worked on it so hard with so many guys that don't deserve it.
Exactly.
Oh, boy. So now what I have to do in my last couple of breakups is I go to my notes app and I bullet point.
Oh, my notes app is crazy.
I have to make bullet points, and I'll say the mean version first, and then I Samify it, and then it's more approachable, and it sounds way healthier.
Great.
When
I'm so proud of you.
I hate the way you smoke crack, okay?
Yeah.
But not quite that. But
do you guys want to like open up your messages and just kind of like scroll, and the moment we say stop, we can like then think about probably it would be cool out of
like
context
notes?
to read it. Yeah.
Like our notes app?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My notes app?
Oh, good.
Well, what are we looking for?
I don't think we're looking for anything. I think we just scroll without looking.
Egan Robinson just texted me and said, could you type Catholic guy who likes anime into your search bar on TikTok? Is it going to be him?
It's going to be him. I'll do this too.
I'll do it as well. What is it?
Catholic guy that likes anime.
Could you imagine if all of our sounds were just the same right now?
Guy that likes anime.
Wait, don't press anything yet.
I love how we all have our keyboard clicks.
I never have it on. I'm just expecting a call.
Oh, shit.
Is it the first one?
I have a priest talking about the TikTok ban.
I follow him, though.
I have him.
Lord, please. But please, Lord, Japanese cardinal, if you're willing, Lord, it would be please elect the Japanese cardinal as Pope. Oh my goodness, it would be please, Lord, I want a Japanese Pope so bad. It would be the Lord, I want a Japanese Pope. Please, there's a chance we could have a Pope say.
That's great. Why does he want you to do that?
Because it's himself.
Let's talk about Lord, please. I don't ask for much, but please, Lord.
Do you have his number?
I'm texting him right now.
Everyone just sent him the screenshot.
Oh, wait.
That's crazy.
Oh, wait.
Can I tell you something? I think I have his number. I just don't think I've saved it. So what is it?
It's...
Because we've definitely texted.
We for sure talk.
Like, for sure. Like, he's like the only way I talk to Jesus Christ. 16.
Which is crazy, because I thought all Jews knew each other.
Oh my God, he didn't respond to my text.
I believe that, Sammy.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I can't do this quick enough. I haven't even what am I screenshotting? Have you heard this sound? Listen. Oh, wait, watch this before. I'm sorry. 2.
Wait, okay.
1. Stop.
Do I go first?
Yeah.
What is yours?
I said, we've all accidentally fucked a lesbian.
Mine was on purpose. What else do you have?
Do I scroll again?
I don't have...
Eating disorders are silly and weird. The treatment is to eat normally. It's the only mental disorder where you physically need the substance you're addicted to in order to survive. I don't think that's true. I reveal my true nature when I'm with the people I trust. So you guys don't know me at all.
Mine says Quinn was on mushrooms last night and ate candle wax.
It's true.
Oh, is that just the time? Is that just?
Yeah, I went back to the.
I
Oh,
did.
what a
I
great
did.
transition.
Okay, so I did mushrooms last night because we were just hanging out at the house, and then there was this candle that like
Smelled real good.
it smelled good, but it was also that doing that thing like when you light a candle in the middle and it's like a volcano with the wax around. I like when it's even, so I like had hit it off the sides, so it's just a bunch of candle clunks, and then I was trying to break it up so they would melt into the thing, but the way I'd cut this piece, it was too big to cut, like to crack with my fingers, so I just bit it into a bunch of pieces and then spit it back into the candle.
So you didn't really eat it. You like.
I didn't swallow. I never do.
Feminism.
One time I hooked up with this guy, and it was one of those things like I think it should be illegal to not be like, oh, I'm about to do it. You should tell me. And so he didn't. And it made me so mad that I took his hand and spit it into his hand.
Oh, he didn't warn you?
No.
Wait, you're
he just
talking
did
about
it.
coming.
Yeah, he splooted in my mouth and didn't tell me, which is like,
But can't you tell?
that
There's
was the
not
thing.
enough warning.
There's never enough warning for a flavor profile like that.
Interesting. Okay.
His diet was like cocaine and whippets.
Oh, gross.
So you're surprised it was happening at all.
Yeah. No, he was like one of those weird mutants. But yeah, so I literally grabbed his hand and just spit it in his hand and closed his hand.
Wow, what a gift. What did
Yeah.
what did he do then with that?
He's like he's like my favorite. Oh, you shouldn't have. But no, he just was like, he goes, what the fuck?
I do that with ketchup at work.
Ew. You just
I'll
eat it?
I'll put a ton of ketchup on my hand. I'll go like that with my.
Oh, you're a little trickster.
Yeah, I get ketchup everywhere. They hate me.
I'm gonna read the next one. I don't want to read this one. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know about that. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Chronically late.
Oh, that's not.
If Kylie said that, that's not true.
Chronically late. I was honestly surprised that you
were here
before
early.
me.
I'm always early. I'm not early when like we do like pool hangs and shit like that because I'm never off work. So if it's not,
What do you do
I have
for-
2 jobs.
Oh, you're at Sunset.
So it's like if I have a day off, like I'm going to get somewhere when I want to get somewhere. But if I have like a set plan, I am there on time. But I'm not for like stuff like that. Like if
it's your
everyone's just
friends.
hanging out, like I don't need to be there at an itinerary time.
I'm sorry. I'm present, but the phone call hasn't happened yet, and it's stressful.
You hate when men post too much on their Instagram stories.
What is too much? Tell me more.
I don't care when girls post too much, but it's like when men post, and especially if they're not even like
Funny.
if they're not like comics or they're not like trying to like promote something. When a man's Instagram story has like is like little, like all
Like,
the
who do you
little
think you
ones.
are to have dots?
Yeah, and it's like they just share like every reel they like, and it's
Yeah.
never interesting.
And who's that for? Who are you showing that? Who are you thinking about when you post
And just
that?
send it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Your story shouldn't be 20 stories long of just other people's reels.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. Or they post too many selfies. When men post too many selfies.
When men post selfies, period. That's the end of the sentence.
I'm always like, who is that for?
Mm-hmm.
Like who? Like because it's not for me. Like I never look at a man post a selfie, especially like a shirtless selfie. Like that's for a gay man.
Yeah. Or his mother. He's posting it for his mother.
There's this one guy I follow on like Instagram. I don't think I follow him anymore. I think it was getting so bad I unfollowed him. That like specifically I think of where I'm like, who is this for?
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Do
show
it.
you.
Pull it up.
It gives me the ick. It's just I'm like, who? I hate that.
I get insecure if I have 3 stories. I did that the other night. I was out with coworkers and I had like a few bevies. So I was like, post. And
Women
then, like
should post everything they do.
When you-
3 hours later, I was still, I was even more drunk, but I looked at my story. I was like, delete it.
This is too many pictures of himself.
Does he
for a
work
man.
out? Yeah, that's why.
But it's like,
Is he single?
Yucky ducky. I'm not into this. This is exactly what I said this is my anti-type.
yes. When you said that, this is the guy that came to mind.
I would never.
I'm following him.
I don't want to be around penis ever again. I think I'm deciding that more and more every day. There's
I also
nothing.
don't like when men are blonde.
Ooh,
For,
and
they
a
shouldn't
veteran.
be. Men should not be blonde. Like, grow up.
Men should never
I'm
be
dating
blonde.
a blonde boy.
Grow up.
This whole
Is he blonde?
podcast, yeah, this whole podcast, I swear to God, I'm going and breaking up with him. I'm gonna have to break up with him after
I date a lot of redheaded guys. I don't know why.
Did that once, never again.
Yeah.
I'm always like fascinated, but it's never happened, and I don't think it will. My friend told me last night that she doesn't. I wrote this down. Yes, I think she's right. She said that's not the right thing. Okay, she goes, "You don't have an interest in men. It's all validation based."
Yeah. That's like kind of where I was just like, I don't even know why I'm liking these guys that I like, other than the fact that they're not liking me the way I want them to.
Because it's like familiar. Like
Yeah.
you have it the first, second, third, fourth, and then now that's like what you really, your body anticipates in
I
a
took a
relationship.
year off dating completely, where I just was like, didn't care about it at all. And then once I did that, and I really did it, it's not one of those things that it's like when people are like, oh, you find the love of your life and you're not looking, and then I'm just like, I really just quit caring. And I don't know, something kind of turned over in me that like I realized like the things I was excited about dating were just things that I felt like I couldn't do for myself. But once I just kind of learned to do those things for myself and be like present in those moments, I realized that like I didn't like need a boyfriend.
Right.
I like the idea of one.
I think I'm learning that
The size of them are crazy.
there's nothing about life is better with a boyfriend.
My ideal boyfriend is like a cat. Like I like a cat behavior. And I used to think it was like the golden retriever thing I liked, but they're all on cocaine. And like I like when a man that like he does his own thing, I do mine, he stays in the house, and like sometimes it's a cat like it's like I feel like cats always know when you actually like want to like feel their presence, and like they let you do their thing. You don't have to really clean up after them like all the time. You don't have to take them out. Like you can coexist with a cat and you love that thing and it loves you, but it's not like obsessed with you.
I think I'm gay because I'm allergic to cats. So
You
know
think
what I
you're
mean?
gay because you're allergic to pussies?
Well, yeah, to men. You know, if
Yeah.
men are cats in your analogy,
Yeah.
that would make sense to me.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that would be my ideal relationship is if he was like a cat.
I just want a guy that I don't have to house train.
Exactly. Like he just shits in his box and leaves me alone.
I don't have to keep cooking for him.
Yeah, he can fend for himself.
Like when they know that they're going to be gone for 10 days, they don't leave a sink full of dishes and a full trash can.
Yes. Yeah.
Crazy. I love my tasks though. Thank you. Thank
I
you
love
for
a
leaving
chore.
those.
I love. I hate to sit down and relax.
Kryptonite is men who do whippets.
What is that like? Is that like from the can?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
it depends.
Squeezy cheese.
It's been three.
For what reason?
It's been 3 dudes back to back. One significantly worse than the rest. He wins.
Did you tell him that?
No, I do not talk to him. But it was like there's something disturbing going on within him. But like it was like he was the first one that I like, and we had talked for a little bit. And I remember like he was obsessed with whippets, and we like passed out. And I was like, I'm glad I'll never have to deal with this again. And then I talked to this other dude. But he liked to do like whippets, like the ones you like to like blow. You have to like wank it, and it was like I was like this guy I was like kind of obsessed with, and like they all kind of are like the same man. But this dude I was like obsessed with him, and I do not know why. But it was like literally I knew I was way too into because like we were like laying there, and he was like, "Do you want me to teach you how to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then but he was also a cokehead. But then. I was like, okay, back to back, two whippet addicts. They must know each other, you know?
Right. The community is small but mighty.
Yeah, and one of them was from Chicago, so
You think I know them?
no, but it's
The community
I don't know
is
if,
small but
I don't know
mighty.
if like I don't know if Chicago whippets are like a Chicago thing because
Can I
like,
tell you
I didn't
something?
go around it.
Now that you're talking about it, I can now see that in my life I was around one whippet encounter, and it did happen in Chicago.
So I wondered if it was like
Right.
Malort, but like,
It's like deep dish.
and then the last guy I talked to, it was like very very brief. We went on 2 dates, and then like the third time we hung out, he's like, "Hey, come over and I'll this is crazy. This is nuts. Maybe it's not, but I came over and I was like, I didn't want to sleep with him. He was very cool about that. But he's like, I just want to cook you dinner. I love cooking. He's Italian. And so I was like,
Yuck.
yeah. And he goes, he's like, I'm going to cook for you. And I was like, fine. I walk into his house. Is that the IMAX sound?
Is this the song that I wanted?
Oh, yeah, Whip It.
Yeah.
There's that one guy.
We're going to get a copyright strike, Sam.
But he's like, I'll cook for you. I go over there. I walk in, and he has porn playing on his TV.
Oh, I love that.
Well, he turns it on, and there's porn on. And I was like,
Oh, no,
giving him like the second to be like, oh, fuck, you know? And he doesn't. And he was like, it's not like really porn. It's just like
Euphoria.
like art or something. And I was like, this is hardcore porn. Like,
What? Okay.
and
okay.
so then, anyway, and this is like, again, like the third, I think it was like technically the fourth time we would hung out. And he's like a good cook. And we're like, and he's funny. He's like, and he's not a comic. So it's just like perfect. And he's so quick. And I was like, this is fine. So he cooks, and then we're like watching a movie, and it's so funny. He's like a Wayfair couch, like one of those like just like L-shaped couches that are like, you know, the entire thing is like the material of like a rolling chair. And like I'm sitting at one end, and he's sitting on one end. I think he thought I was gonna like sit next to him, but I sat at the opposite end. And I was just like, he was like making small talk because we were like watching this movie I really wanted to watch, and so I didn't want to sit next to him because I didn't want him to be like. Because I wanted to see it, and he had a pirated Fire Stick, so we were able to watch it. And so, anyway. And then he's like, "Hey, do you care if do you want like a glass of wine? I'm gonna get something." And I was like, "Sure, I'll take a glass of wine. Like that's so nice." Comes back with a fucking Whip It canister, and I was like, "What is happening?" So it's like I don't know if it's a me thing. I don't know if it's a me thing that I think it's the gayest thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when I'm starting to notice there's like a theme that's happening.
You get high from sucking something until it sploots in your mouth. That's gay. That's gay.
And then in an okay way, just factually.
Yeah.
Gay. Right.
And it has to explode in your mouth or it doesn't work.
I think I'm going to look up TikToks later of Whippets. I'm going to look up TikTok Whippets. There was one guy that I went into his house, and we couldn't find something on Netflix to watch, so we put on YouTube, and he like typed in the search bar like what we were going to watch. And in the recent search history, this is my first time going over to his house, second time ever like having conversation with him. It was during the pandemic, so that explains a lot. But in the search history, it said Samantha Blumenthal. And I saw it, and he saw me see it, and I gave him that same second to be like, and then he just like changes it, and we watch something that's like 20 minutes long. But then after the 20-minute thing, and the whole time I'm thinking, like, what is he finding? This is like before I did comedy, anything. Like, what's going on?
I was about to say, I mean, that's not that weird.
No, it's weird. It's now, I think
weird
that's context. And now it comes up again. And so I look at it, and I look at him. I'm like, did you like what you saw? Like, what? And he's like, and he clicks on it, and it's like videos from like high school. Like, you know when you like upload like high school video projects to like YouTube?
Yeah.
It's like somehow he found that.
Oh, no, that is weird. I thought you meant like this was like current, like recent, but yeah.
Oh, no, this was pandemic.
Oh, that's weird.
Yes,
He's literally
yes.
just jerking off to like your high school presentation on the country of Bolivia.
Yeah.
I've paid for
Yes.
a background check on every man that's been inside of me.
What?
What?
Yeah.
How much?
I would pay.
Do you have that much money?
No, every single time. Well, again, I date guys that are addicted to Whippets and are 30 years old, but it's like I get this unsettling usually before, but I'll get this like unsettling feeling sometimes of like, because again, in a sense, like this is a stranger to me,
Right.
and like for a while.
Right.
But it's just like when you're attracted to someone romantically, it drops the stranger thing a little quicker. But it's like I always pay for a background check. It's like $4.99.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you found
It's like-
anything like?
I found out like he was like, one guy was like, I've also talked to a lot of guys that are in the military. Shocking. But he was like technically married. But
I understand.
he like so like they don't talk, like they're just friends. But like her military contract wasn't gonna be over for another year. And like it helps her out. And I guess you don't have to like prove anything. Like I don't because I think they were like a couple at one point. And then his military contract ended way before hers. So they just like he's like we're still married technically, so that she can have like a better living situation and while she's wrapping up.
It's funny because like that does sound like technically, but I feel like there are men who use that excuse and are actually married with a family, and they'll be
She's like a lesbian though, so it's like it was a lot. It was a lot for me to take in. But he was able to like kind of prove everything, and he's like, if you like want to reach out, I didn't really want to. Like, I wasn't like into him enough to be. If I was like super into him, I probably would have.
right.
But he's like, look, if you want to reach out to her, I can reach out to her. If it would make you feel better if like she reached out to you. Like like we follow each other on Instagram still. We're still like close, but like legally I'm married to her, but only for like another year. But I was like, that's also kind of nice. That like he was like because he could have divorced her. Like, not his problem. He's not in the military. But what if it helps him with taxes too? I don't know. That was wild, crazy,
Interesting.
I've never slept with a married man.
You actually haven't? Oh wait, I
I have not.
Yeah.
really? How do you think that maybe you did, but you just don't know?
No, because like I think no one is in their young 20s and married.
Well, where I'm from, they all are.
Interesting.
Everyone, the majority of people I know that they're on their like first divorce, they got married when we were like 20, 21.
Interesting.
I almost did. So it's just like,
Yeah, no, my grandma said to me on the phone yesterday that I need to meet a 40-year-old man, and I said, ew. Like that's ew. Like
He's
I
not
wouldn't.
that much older than you.
But that's why I said ew.
Yeah.
There was so much that going into the ew because I'm like, ew. And I'm like, ew. I'm like, oh my God. But like, that's not weird. That's just 9 years older than me. I've gone the other direction. I think I can go the other
last guy I
direction.
talked to that was 9 years older than me was batshit crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. No one.
Okay, Quinn, I got this last one about you.
Gorge.
I thought it was a nice one to end on. Quinn is someone who's always just living her best life, always out and about, a nice person who's going to do some cool shit in the future.
That's crazy. I know you asked my mom, but I yeah, I don't feel specifically tied down to anything. I don't know. I'm a very go with the flow kind of person. I really enjoy this like little pocket of time I'm in a lot. So it's just like I don't feel scared of anything right now. Other than like my dog dying. Like I love her so much. So it's like things like that. But like yeah, I just kind of like want to exist in this time. So it's like I don't I kind of just do my own thing. I don't like to be because I have like some friends like they can't function unless they're in like the most drama I've ever heard of in my life. And like part of me was like, how do you exist in that fight or flight? Because like I've been in drama. Obviously, I'm a girl, but it makes me feel crazy. So it's like I just
It's
kind
like the
of,
red that I was describing.
yeah. So it's just like and I think that's why I don't prefer dating because every time I date, it just adds this like level in my life of something like I do not care for this feeling. I don't mind that I always am a little skinnier when a man is dressing me up, but like that's not good, you know. I did say a couple months ago that I was gonna have like a spring fling, something was gonna stress me out, so I'd have a summer body, but I didn't do it. But no, yeah, I love being in Austin. I think when you watch movies and stuff, like I watch a lot of like documentaries about like, you know, the store and just like comedians at a specific time, like that, like you always think about, you think about it in the past, but it's like, this is all these cool things that they did, but this is the past. It's always the past. But at one point that was a present. And like,
That can be your present.
Justine always tells me, like when I'm like in my head or like, this is what I'm doing is stupid or whatever. She's like, okay, 20 years from now, if you're writing a book about your life, how do you feel in this present moment about writing a chapter about it? Like, is it interesting? Like, is it like character development or are you just like stagnant? Like, what would you write about in that book? Like that people would be
I really like that a lot.
I love that. I think that all the time where it's like you hear like Jay Leno like slept on a friend's floor in New York for 3 months just so he could like have stage time and hit open mics. Like just didn't. And then like when he got an apartment, he shared it with like 5 other. You hear like these things of like people like just really wanting it in the present moment, feeling like, I'm a loser or I'm not doing anything. But it's just like you kind of have to for your story to be interesting, you just have to have things like that. And there's beautiful things along the way and like recognizing that too. That's all I care about doing right now.
I think that with that, like anytime maybe something doesn't go with like the way that you want to, it's like there's a level of acceptance of something maybe sucking and then shifting the perspective that it is the character development thing. It is.
Yeah.
the next thing you're like overcoming and like making sense of to then like take something away to like learn from that experience.
I've never had a situation, I think knock on wood, I guess, but it's like I've never had a situation where something didn't work out for me that of course I was upset and I grieved at the idea of what I thought I wanted, but I've never had it to where like this thing didn't work out and like something better came in its place, but like I have a problem with like letting things go like in time. Like I always like hold on just like a little bit too long. But like once I kind of like worked through letting something go because like you're stalling something better coming, even if it didn't feel better at the time. But I think that's a really cool thing going on in Austin right now is like just let everything go, like let things go. Because it's impossible. You have to be like living under a rock for cool things not to happen to you.
Right.
If you like let them. So that's how I feel about that.
Love it. That's a really beautiful.
Wise words.
Yeah.
You guys are talking me into breaking up with my boyfriend.
What's going on? Do you have a picture?
No, I didn't ask Ron. I'll see you later. I'm going to go break up with him.
Why
Plan
are you
B's
doing
at,
this? Why are you doing this?
Plan B at Plan B at Planned Parenthood right now is $5.
I thought it was free.
Oh, maybe it is. I didn't know that. When I got
I think they tell me it's
tariffs.
free.
when I got my thing out, they like told me that because like I didn't want to go on birth control again. I never go on birth
Well,
control.
I always tell my guy friends that should not reproduce. Like, you can go to any Planned Parenthood, walk in and say you need a Plan B, and you will get it.
Yeah.
No Plan B left behind.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I have enough Plan B in my body for everyone.
I think I'm infertile. I have not been on birth control since I was 19.
Oh, I don't
How
see.
much
I guess I'll find out.
Plan B is too much.
I think I weigh too much for Plan B.
There's no limit to how many times you can take Plan B, but it's not recommended as a regular method of birth control. While Plan B is generally safe, frequent use can lead to more frequent and heavier periods, nausea, and other side effects.
Kevin, my ear was plugged earlier, and I told Kevin from like jumping in the pool. I felt like a child. I'm like, I have water in my ear. And he has like this tool where you put it and it sucks your one nostril and you plug the other one and then you swallow and it's supposed to. I did it and I threw up.
I went down on a girl and threw up. So
Did you? Is that true?
yeah, I didn't like. It's so silly to me that like why would I make that up? You know, like I was so accidentally honest about something that happened that also involved another person. And so it was like important to me because like I care about this person so much to like talk to her about this because like this was an experience that she hadn't, a part of her that she hadn't shared. And I was very specific about not giving any type of hint as to who it could be in my life out of respect for this person. And she, like, I called her freaking out. Like, a couple days later, we finally talked before it aired. And I told her everything that happened. I was like, I am creating a space for you to feel however you're feeling. And if that means you're upset with me, I have to accept that. And she, like, totally wasn't. And it was really cool. But it scared the fuck. I, like, let it stress me out.
Especially if you didn't, like, say names or anything like that.
Yeah. But no, that did happen. That happened.
Was it the first time you did it?
Yeah. But I think there was a lot going on outside of my life because what I tried to explain on the show and it's just like there's no time and energy and space that like it mattered for me to do this. But at the time my boyfriend, we were like open with other people and he had told me that he never hooked up with a guy and other people like him with guys, me with girls. And he told me he hadn't. And then my friend was here and then we did. And then I was living with him and I told him because that was part of like the agreement. And he was going off on me. Like, you're out doing gay shit. Don't sleep next to me. Like, fuck you. It was so wild and backwards. I'm like, what did we talk about though? Like, I was so confused. And then I sat on that. And I'm like, I feel like he might be projecting something.
Yeah.
And then that's when I saw the videos from like the 2 years of our relationship where he was doing it the whole time and never told me, even before we started talking about it. So now I'm doing this thing and he's at home.
Would you ever do an open relationship again?
Never. Ever.
How long were y'all open?
Well, we talked about it. And then for a year, no one made any moves. So like we had talked about that being a thing. And then because we weren't living together at the time. We lived in separate apartments.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, don't bring anyone into that bed. So like
Yeah.
go out and do it, and then like we could talk about it. Because I had experiences with.
What'd you order?
And I ordered someone to take away my washer and dryer.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah. And like they told me that they'd be there at 3:30, and then I was like, "What? It's 4." And they're like, "Oh, between 4 and 8." I go, "What? I can't do that."
That's a half a day.
Yeah, for sure. And they're like, "Just have your apartment complex open the door." I go, "You said until 8." They're an office. Like they close at 5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I had to coordinate someone to coordinate that. So I got the call, sent the text just now. Okay, yeah. So to answer your question, we were living in separate places. So when I'm at her apartment, I'm living with this guy, and we've never done anything yet. I'm nervous as fuck because this is my first time acting on this openness. And I was nervous about it, and I threw up. That's why.
Oh,
It
yeah.
had nothing to do with her vagina.
Oh.
But like the way I realized after I said that, it like made it look like I threw up because either I didn't like it, I was inexperienced, or she tasted bad. And
Yeah.
none of those things outside of the inexperienced was true at the time. But
Yeah.
that's not why I threw up. Just like my body was like trying to communicate, like something's off. This is a
Oh,
safe
yeah.
situation. What you're about to go home to is not. So that's why I threw up.
Ooh, Interesting.
You can't explain that on Kill Tony. They don't
No.
give you that.
No.
They would never give you the amount of time.
No. Please, Sam, tell us more.
Every man on the panel is like, yeah, I've been there.
Okay, Quinn, do you have anything you want to plug?
No.
Cool. Sam? No.
No.
We have nothing to plug. Okay, thank you, Quinn.
Yay. You want to sign?
Oh, yeah.